everyone. I'm sure by this time everyone is back at work, especially at school, Yeah, this is my hero, the best young football analyst. So today we'll be looking to the game of Liverpool and Man City. But first things first, if you're new to the page, please do hit the subscribe button, and please do hit the like button, and especially please do follow. So today, as I've said, we're bringing the Liverpool and Man City game. So I apologize for the late updates because it's a huge battle in South Africa. As I've said again, load shedding after load shedding, and I can't do nothing about that. Yeah. So we don't have a generator in my house. So yeah. So if you look into the approach of Man City, it was very obvious. Not to just dominate the game, but in a whole attack. Press the Liverpool defense until they make mistakes. If you look at the midfield of Man City, they played with one central defensive midfielder, which was Rodri. So you can see the approach is to dominate within Rodri, because if you look into the midfield of Liverpool, Jones, McAllister, Supersly. McAllister is being played as a false six. He's playing as a defensive midfielder, that's not his natural position. His natural position is an attacking midfielder. So obviously McAllister will poorly perform. He will perform very bad. So yes, he tried, and he's been trying, Yeah, but now McAllister is not dealing with Bruno. He's not dealing with Thomas Partey or Rice. No, he's not dealing with those players. He's dealing with an experienced player, which is Rodri. So obviously, Rodri will dominate at midfield single-handedly. So now there's Bernardo Silva and Foden to obviously Bernardo Silva will be the one to help out at most times. Foden will attack mostly. But now, look into the front three of Man City. Doku, Haaland, Alvarez. Now, it's pretty obvious that the two wingers are very fast. Speaking truthfully, the two wingers are very fast, and the two fullbacks of Liverpool are not quite good defensively. So you see the tactic approach of Pep is to exploit the width. So is to exploit the width. Because if you notice, the chances that were being created by Man City were chances that are coming from a wide position. It was crosses coming in and out, coming from Walker, Alvarez, Bernardo, Doku. So there were crosses coming in, trying to find Haaland. But if you notice, Liverpool defense was playing more in a closed space. They told themselves anything that comes in, they will just take it away. Any ball that comes in, they'll just shoot it out. So because there's Haaland, so they need to shut him down. But we know Haaland is good in getting into goals. You've got Arnold. People who are not quite good in defensively. Arnold is very good offensively. Take nothing away from that. He's very good. Probably the best fullback when it comes to attacking. The technique, everything about him. But now when they are sitting trying to absorb pressure, that will kill them. Because now they're not good defensively. Now, going to the game, I expected Ake to be the one to absorb pressure, because you've got Salah and Arnold on the right-hand side. So you'd expect Ake to sit down, because those are two good players. But yeah, I was very stupid of thinking that, because at the same time, Ake doesn't play for Luton Town or whatever. He plays for Man City, a big club, a club that will go to the game with the mindset of dominating, and they did. They went to the game with one central defensive midfielder and two attacking midfielders. Yes, that's not how they've been playing nowadays. They've been playing with Rodri, Kovacic. The plan of this season was to play Rodri, Kovacic, and KDB. But because of some sort of reasons, that didn't happen. So, yeah, as I was saying. So, they exploited the width, created the chances, yes. But I want us to look into the goal of Haaland. The way I could dribble past to three players, that's poor marking from Liverpool players. But we got again, round of applause to Ake. I didn't expect him to overlap too much, but again, it was stupid for me to think about that. So now, Ake dribble past the three players. Now, maybe Pep was not shocked, but the fact that after the dribble, he picked up Haaland. You saw Haaland is staying in a good position. He picked up a through pass for Haaland. And Haaland, we all know Haaland is a target striker. Strikers like Lukaku, Isak, Haaland, Giroud. I'll say it again. Never let them turn you. Never and anytime let a striker like Haaland turn you. Because if a striker like Haaland turns you, you're done with. You're over. Your career is over. If a striker like Haaland turns you, I always say try to catch the striker off balance. Try to make him off balance, because when he turns, without a good balance. It's either he's gonna shoot a poor shot, or he's gonna shoot but his shot will just go wide or will just go over the net because he's off balance. But when you've got a striker like Haaland is a machine, guys. That person will turn and you will catch him off balance, and the moment you catch him off balance, he will still score because you will be going down but you will be shooting and score. That's the kind of striker I've never seen in my generation, in my lifetime. I'm sure you guys maybe have seen better, likes of R9. I didn't see R9. I didn't see Pele. You guys saw Pele, our grandpas and grandmas, our forefathers that are watching this. Our grandparents who are watching these videos. Our forefathers who are not here today. Our forefathers who watched the likes of Pele, they saw Pele. And Pele maybe was their best striker. Our grandparents, maybe R9 was their best striker. Maybe, I don't know other strikers. I know only the strikers that I see. For me, the best striker in my generation of the 2000s, surely it has to be Haaland, Erling Haaland. Because you look at Isak in my last video, the way the Chelsea defenders let him turn. And if you let a striker like Isak, Haaland turns, it's done with. So some of you may not know, obviously I don't expect you guys to know, but I used to be a centre-back back in 2019. Don't judge me by my words, I used to be a centre-back back in 2019. So in 2019, as I was a centre-back, I knew if I let a striker turn me, it's done with. No matter how fast I am. Virgil is fast, we all know. But there are strikers who have turned Virgil. And but sometimes strikers do turn centre backs, but a centre back makes a recovery tackle. But now you would need a centre back like Ramos, Virgil, because that tackle is in a danger area. It might be a penalty because most strikers usually turn centre backs inside the box. So you need a centre back who is gonna make the tackle and is gonna be a clean tackle. So you don't need someone like Matip. I've never seen Matip make a clean tackle. Maybe he has done it before, but I've never seen him. I don't watch Liverpool. Obviously, now I'm being honest with you guys. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I watch Liverpool, but sometimes. Man City, and most time I usually watch them. If I watch Liverpool, it's games like this. I'm being honest. Otherwise, I like Liverpool. I don't love them. I like them. I loved them when they were Sadio Mane was still there, but that's not the case. So, I want us to look into the goal of Haaland. Let's look into it. So if you take a look at that goal, as I've said, he should have tried to catch him off balance, but again, he's dealing with a machine. A machine mostly requires two centre backs. So I wouldn't say it's poor defending from Liverpool. They tried their best, but it's poor marking from the three Liverpool players who were picking up AK. So now, I was surprised with through pass. The most thing that shocked me is the through pass. So that should give Pep Guardiola a hint that you don't really need KDB to play more centrally. You can play centrally because you've got Bernardo Silva who can eliminate two players and put a through pass. So when you play with the likes of Liverpool, without KDB, approach, go centrally. Go centrally, because you've got Ake. You do have Ake who will drive himself centrally because not mostly on the width centrally, and Doku will pull, then Ake will come in. Walker usually goes in the wide, which pulls Alvarez inside. That's why you in that game you saw Alvarez inside, because Walker now is exploiting the right hand side, and it was the right hand side, and he's exploiting the right hand side more freely because this is against Tsimikas, someone who's not good in defending. Let's say it was Andrew Robertson was there. I'm telling you, the only part Man City was gonna be able to exploit is the Arnold side, the right hand side of Liverpool. That's the only part Man City was gonna be able to exploit because Andrew Robertson's a good defender. I always say to people that Andrew Robertson is the current best left back. I don't care if you tell me about Alfonso Davies, if you're gonna tell me about Theo Hernandez. Andrew Robertson is consistent as it is. He's been consistent for the last years. Did you tell me he's not the best left back currently? That's for me, that's crap. That's crap because Andrew Robertson's a good left back. Actually, I'm wrong. He's a great left back, and surely in the upcoming years he will be in the list of the best left back of all times. He just need to win more. individual awards. If he can win individual award, surely that will put him in the spotlight. But that's not the case. I don't want to debate with you guys because you guys have got your opinions. I have my opinions. You guys see things differently from the way I see them. Yes. So we looked into the goal of Haaland. Let's look into the goal of Arnold. Before I analyze it further, let's look into the goal of Arnold. But even before we look into the goal, I wanted to tell you guys something. Obviously, as you guys have noticed that I brought in late updates. So yeah, but I promise tomorrow I will bring 3 games to you guys. You guys will have to see from my video the 3 games that I'll be bringing tomorrow. So without wasting time, let's look into the goal of Arnold. So yeah, if you look into the goal, very good thinking from Salah. He saw Arnold, he played it to Arnold. And Arnold, I like the thinking. Because at most times, he only got 1 minute to make it right. But in a situation like that, you only got 1 second to make it right. And I like the thinking from Man City defense. They knew Arnold has the ball. They knew the technique of Arnold. They knew how good is Arnold because Arnold has got a good technique. If that was not a goal, that ball was surely going to be a shot on target. At any time, that ball was going to be a shot on target. That's why you saw Man City players pressing. But because of the technique of Arnold and the thinking of Arnold, I always say in football, when you're in a position like that, but most times it's usually missed in a position like that, the time, if you think fast, you will score. If you think fast, you will score. You saw Rodri in a situation like that, but in Rodri they didn't press him. Arnold, they pressed him, and when they pressed him, he knew he had 1 second, 1 chance to make it right, and he scored. And it's a wonderful goal, a beautiful celebration. Yes, someone says very disrespectful. But you've seen Arnold. I think this is the 2nd time he does this against Man City. Yeah, and he had his reasons doing that celebration. Each and every player has got his reasons doing those kinds of celebration. But there's nothing much to be talked about in Arnold's goal. Other being said, it was a beautiful goal. But before I wrap this up, I want us to talk about Nunes. Nunes after the game. I don't know what was the reason, but Nunes, that was very disrespectful. I always tell my young brother, as a soccer player, never disrespect the other coach. Never disrespect the other coach. Yeah, yes, maybe some of you would say, Nunes will never go to Man City. And some of you would say, Nunes doesn't have the capability to compete with City players, with City wingers. We've got Bernardo Silva, we've got Doku, we've got Alvarez. Who is he going to put on the bench? That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where Nunes will never go to Man City. Nunes might go to Man City. I don't know. But I usually don't like players who disrespect coaches because you never know the future. You never know that you might find yourself. We never know Nunes can be a beast next season. We never know when the January transfer window opens, Liverpool will sign a player that will make Nunes a beast. If you remember Sadio Mane and Salah, those were 2 beasts. And you saw Salah dropped a little bit after Sadio Mane left. Yes, he still performed. He still performed at his highest peak. But he didn't perform the way he did when Sadio Mane was present. Because they even won the Champions League with Sadio Mane's presence. But we're not there. We're focusing on Nunes. Very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. Even your coach has to pull you. Jurgen Klopp knew that Nunes was very wrong for doing that. And you expect Pep to reply to that. You expect Pep Guardiola to reply to that. To that nonsense. You expect Pep Guardiola to reply to that. Because that's very poor discipline. And I won't blame Jurgen. I like how he pulled